My parents said my birth mother was a dangerous stalker. Then I found out why she was really following me. I'm 17 and I've always known I was adopted. Not in a traumatic way. My parents did the whole, some babies grow in mommy's tummies and others grow in their hearts thing when I was 5. Classic white suburban family move, but it worked. I never really thought about my birth mom, especially because the official story was that she was young and made bad choices with doctor eggs. She loved me but couldn't care for me. Beautiful sacrifice, blah blah blah. All that. I never looked much into it, until 3 weeks ago she showed up at my school. I knew it was her immediately from the one photo in my adoption file. She was just sitting in the pickup line watching. When I mentioned it to Mom, she literally collapsed against the kitchen counter sobbing. Dad's hands shook so bad he dropped his coffee mug. Within an hour, his business partner Derek was in our living room talking about restraining orders and security systems. Derek. Ugh, where do I even start with Derek? He's been around forever, always at family dinners, always weirdly interested in my life, always wearing too much cologne and standing too close. My friend Maya says he gives her the creeps too, but I figured that's just because her mom's a social worker and suspicious of everyone. Anyway, suddenly my life got flipped overnight. No more walking home, no more staying after school, no more debate practice which killed me because I'm team captain and we have state championships in 2 weeks. If I don't place, I can kiss my scholarship goodbye. My parents put tracking apps on my phone and changed my number without asking. They made me sign papers saying I was scared of Kayla even though I'd never talked to her. Derek started picking me up from school whenever my parents couldn't. Then I noticed something weird. 2 weeks before Kayla showed up, my friend Becca had been pressuring me to try and sell Molly. She'd already bought it and kept calling me a baby. The day after I saw Kayla, someone anonymously reported Becca. They found the pills in her locker and expelled her. I realized how close I'd come to destroying my future. Kayla started showing up at public events, but only when something was off, like when this supposed college scout kept photographing our gymnastics team. Next day, the school got screenshots proving he was actually 23 and messaging freshmen. She never approached me, never spoke, just watched. Last Wednesday, Derek crossed a line. After youth group, he cornered me in an empty classroom, put his hand on my thigh, said I had a purity that reminded him of someone special, tried to kiss me. When I jerked away, he said my birth mother was making me paranoid about people who cared about me. I wanted to throw up. Later, I saw his phone and there was a whole folder of pictures of me. Yesterday, everything exploded. Derek wouldn't let me out of his car after school. Grabbed my wrist hard enough to bruise. That's when Kayla appeared with a crowbar and slammed it into his door. She dropped some papers and left. The emails she dropped were between Derek and another man talking about my development, and when I'd be ready. I can't even type it without wanting to scream. My parents saw Derek's scraped car and immediately blamed Kayla. That night at my choir concert, they invited her, pretending that they wanted to give her a chance to see me. Instead, they served her with papers in front of everyone. Our entire church congregation surrounded her car afterwards, singing hymns and praying to cast out evil. Someone threw coffee at her windshield. The whole time Derek stood with my parents like nothing happened. Then I learned that we were going to be moving states. Derek is coincidentally expanding his business to the same city and helping us house hunt. My parents act like the car incident never happened. This morning while loading boxes, Kayla dropped an envelope by my feet and whispered, "For when you're ready to know why." I just read it and I'm shaking so hard I can barely type. She was 14, living in my dad's church group home. The medical records show they drugged her during labor and threatened her with prison if she didn't sign adoption papers. There's a DNA test. Derek is my biological father. The same Derek who tried to kiss me, who has pictures of me, who's helping us move. Her journal talks about how Derek had special privileges with the girls. The last entry says, they promised they're good Christians who will protect her. I pray they never let Derek near her. My parents don't know Derek is my father. I don't think even Derek knows. But Kayla has known this whole time and she's been trying to protect me. I have the evidence in my backpack. Maya's mom gave me her card last week and said to call if I ever needed anything. I shoved my phone deep into my backpack and tried to breathe. Mom knocked on my door. "Sweetie, we